One of the most touching aspects of Naruto is Jiraiya's pure unending love for Tsunade. She was both his teammate and friend since an early age, and thus his relationship with her is one of complete respect and sincerity. They never move beyond friendship, and they annoy each other constantly, but they are always there for one another, through school, training, war, loss, leadership, and saving the world. They are there for each other until the end. What makes their love story sad? Let's find out. When they were young genin, Jiraiya and Tsunade were placed on the same team. Jiraiya was always a brash, headstrong ninja with a little too much interest in females. But when he set his eyes on Tsunade, he took a particular liking to her. His feelings for her were wildly apparent, but Tsunade never seemed to share them. Fast forward to adulthood, Jiraiya will constantly try to confess his love to Tsunade, but the Slug Princess will turn him down. Jiraiya had earlier left Konohagakure before the Second Great Ninja War to pursue his own destiny, but he also left because he struggled with his feelings for Tsunade. Her relationship with Dan Kato and her disinterest in him romantically made him helpless, as she simply did not love him back. To let Tsunade live her own life, Jiraiya took the first chance he could to leave. He first stayed with some orphans at Amigakure after the Second Great Ninja War that left them helpless. Later, he traveled around and met many beautiful women, writing a romantic novel on his experiences. He was a handsome ninja who dazzled women and intimidated foes. However, Tsunade remained the owner of his heart. Jiraiya traveled far and wide in his many travels. On one such journey, he ran into a unique village with an even more beautiful princess. In the village, the princesses are highly skilled warriors, and when a man wishes for their hand in marriage, they must defeat the princesses in battle. This proves that the man is a worthy husband. A princess of the village tried to fight Jiraiya for his hand in marriage, but he declined. He told her that his heart belonged to another, and he began to describe the hardships that Tsunade has gone through, and the fact that despite his love being one-sided, he is devoted to making her life happier. Although Jiraiya and Tsunade were some of the strongest ninjas alive, they both hated the idea of being the Hokage. Jiraiya believed that he wasn't cut out for the job. However, it was more because of his dedication to his destiny, a destiny that was revealed to him by the great Toad Sage, who told him that he would train the ninja who would go on to save the world. He couldn't risk distractions from his missions. Even being a Hokage was considered a distraction. Tsunade, on the other hand, didn't want to be Hokage because of her discomfort with Konoha. She lost her brother and the love of her life, Dan Kato, in Konoha. She lost her family to shinobi life, which left her heartbroken. Tsunade, along with everyone in Konoha, was always very aware of Jiraiya's feelings for her. She considered him one of her closest friends, but for a very long time she never saw him in a romantic light. Her concern about their friendship was so serious that every time Jiraiya tried to confess his feelings, she would punch him before he could get in a word. Though she knew how he felt all along, Tsunade was dedicated to never letting his love for her make their friendship murky. Tsunade and Jiraiya had such a strong bond that they both shared the same blood type. In fact, the three Saiyans share the same blood type. Jiraiya may be a ninja and a traveler, but he is also a romantic novelist. One of his novels is found in early episodes of Naruto. It is the book that Kakashi reads every single time, the Makeout Tactics series. Jiraiya insists that the novels he writes are based on the true life experiences, which makes them all the more interesting. While a fair amount of the novels are inappropriate, there is some real romance between the pages. Though Jiraiya may have had wild experiences with other women, all of his feelings of romance stem back to one person, Tsunade. If he is honest about his books being based on real life, it's fair to assume that all of the non-intimate romantic moments are based around how he feels for Tsunade. The bond between Jiraiya and Tsunade is one that transcends romantic interests. The Second Great Ninja War, after it had occurred, left scars on many of its survivors. Orochimaru dealt with it by becoming obsessed with immortality. When Tsunade and Jiraiya were reunited in Konoha, they had many years of pain and suffering between them. Even though she kept people at an arm's length, she shared her vices with Jiraiya. The two of them would sometimes go to drinking together, and Jiraiya knew much about Tsunade's gambling habit. Similarly, Tsunade knew a lot about Jiraiya's love of women. Though their vices were sometimes detrimental and taboos for ninjas, they grew a stronger bond because they came from a place of pain and were thus able to relate to one another. Right before going to fight Pain, Jiraiya and Tsunade spent a night together. She went out drinking with him and enjoyed his company. But as the night came to a close, things got more serious. Tsunade was far too aware that this might be the last time she would see her dear friend. That night, she seemed to accept how important having him in her life was and dared to take a leap of faith. She promised that if he came back, she'd give him a shot. She thought that she could try to love him like he loved her, and perhaps the hope of a future of them could motivate Jiraiya in battle. Sadly, Jiraiya never returned. It is pretty clear that Jiraiya loved Tsunade more than anyone else. However, he was far more dedicated to his destiny. Even if Tsunade had loved him back, he always would have left Konoha. The Great Toad Sage had foresaw that Jiraiya would either train the Child of Prophecy who saved the world or who destroyed it. He believed in that wisdom and knew that he had to do his best to find that Child of Prophecy and be the best teacher he could be. Jiraiya could not let his world be around Tsunade just because he loved her. Their love story is one of the saddest in anime. Now if you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button. That will motivate me to make more videos like this because it means you enjoy them. Make sure you have a great day, and above all, be nice.